Hi EC, I hope you're having a wonderful week and enjoying the very last few weeks of school. Today I want to begin by asking you some personal questions. Of course you don't have to answer out loud, but please think with me. Have you ever wondered in your heart, am I good enough? Am I worth it? Sometimes you just wake up and you don't really like yourself. What do you do? And you want to get rid of these thoughts of self-doubt, self-criticism, but the thoughts keep returning. The thoughts that you don't really matter, that you are not that significant. And sometimes it gets even worse and you think to yourself, oh, you're such a loser. You don't deserve anything. When I was a teen, these thoughts often creeped into my head time to time. And somehow as a young person, I thought when I get older, that these thoughts would disappear. But in different stages of life, these random thoughts still sometimes creep up. For example, most recently, I began to ask questions, simple questions, like, is what I'm doing as a musician worth it? Is it significant at all? Am I making any difference at all? Then these thoughts started to become a bit more dark and intense. And during the pandemic, I began to feel this anxious thoughts in my heart. Part of it was, I think, that I saw my husband, who is an oncologist, hematologist, he's a cancer doctor, that he was doing real significant things in his life. He was saving lives, literally. If it wasn't for him, many people would die. But me, I was at home, quarantined, and I was unable to share my music. All the performing arts literally shut down. And I began to think, well, is it important anyway? Saving lives is important, but my music, is it really essential for surviving? So these thoughts kept creeping up and choking the very identity of who I am and my worth. One day, feeling somewhat sad and a bit down, I approached my husband, Jason, and I said, honey, I'm feeling this way. What do you think? And he told me something that I will never forget. He told me that in our final destination in heaven, that he will no longer be needed as a doctor, for there will be no more sickness. There will be no more brokenness. But for me, I can continue doing what I am doing now, which is using my skill set to make music and to worship and to glorify God. And how significant it is that I get to do the same thing in my final destination. I'm not going to lie, that kind of made me bawl my eyes out. I was so encouraged and so thankful that Jason was able to help me reset my eyes and look at myself and my situation with kingdom perspective. How easily we can get distracted and swayed by what this world demands and prioritize. The world sometimes forces you to compare yourself with others. It tells you that, well, they're doing that and you're not, so you must not be significant. Or that little action that you're doing, well, it doesn't really make a difference because no one really cares. But friends, hear me when I say, in life, you will be faced with small activities that seem insignificant to the world, but it will mean so much in the spiritual world. Being kind when no one is watching, being generous when no one even notices, standing by someone when they're hurting, showing small acts of kindness, or even studying that hard subject that you don't really care about or you're not that interested in. These are small things that may not be that significant to you right now. However, those little things are significant because you are significant to God. The world has it upside down, you see. The world screams, you are worth it if only you do X, Y, Z. If you don't do that X, Y, Z, you're not that worth it. But in reality, it's totally backwards. You are worth it. And that is why X, Y, Z becomes worth it. The little action in public or in secret, they matter, for you are worth it. So worth it to a point Christ died for you. Not after you have done that significant XYZ, but just the way you are, broken and messed up. Just like that, you are worth it. Isn't that amazing? I find so much freedom in that. I love that I am accepted just the way I am. And this extravagant love, oh, it's just amazing. I have 3 children, Elias, Isaiah, and Chloe. And sometimes I look at them and I find so much joy in just watching them. It gives me such pleasure. And really, they don't need to be doing anything significant. In fact, even when they're doing nothing, like sleeping, I love them. Sometimes I sneak into their room and just watch them sleep. As I'm watching, I'm smiling over them because the way they breathe, the way they have their mouth open, the way they kick their blankets up and go to the edge of the bed, all of these things are just adorable and endearing to me, and it gives me such pleasure just being around them. Perhaps you can relate by thinking about your pet. Maybe you have a dog that you absolutely adore. Not because your dog is a super dog that can do super XYZ tricks, but simply because they're your dog. And when your dog is sleeping, you just want to cuddle and you want to hold him because you just love your dog. Similarly, that is how God loves you. You are worth it. You are adored. You are loved. You are significant. How amazing is that? This next piece reminds me of that love that God is dancing and singing over us. I hope you are able to feel this extravagant love over you as you listen prayerfully. Do you sometimes feel that even if you know that you are loved, you just simply don't want to worship? You refuse to pray and you want to just do whatever you want to do. Sometimes our mind knows what is correct, but our heart desires something else. Or sometimes our heart desires something else, but our mind drifts away. Well, in those moments, friends, I hope you remember that sometimes worship means to sacrifice something that you might love and you might enjoy. It means that sometimes you simply cannot do what everyone else is doing. You may need to make some changes in your lifestyle. You may have to give up something that you really like. Other people may not understand you. Friends or family may poke fun at you. Your mind may need to be reprogrammed by God to rethink His thoughts in each situation. But we must remember that we worship with glad heart because He is worthy. The past several years, our family have been doing short family worship each morning before the kids go off to school. We read one chapter of the Bible or a devotional and sing a short hymn. And doing this every morning sometimes can be viewed as a sacrifice. Sacrifice your sleeping in, sacrificing time to do other fun things, or just relax and chill in the morning. But why do we do this? Because He is worthy. So this morning I would like to share Is He Worthy, which I have arranged for 12 cellos. I hope this worship song brings you to a place in realizing that He is truly worthy. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to share today. I hope you have a blessed rest of the day, and I hope to stay connected with you. So please find me in different social media platforms, and you have a wonderful, blessed summer. Bye.